So for this next case study, we look at decarbonizing transport and industry. When we looked at the breakdown of the greenhouse gases in energy systems, we saw buildings, energy use in buildings, energy use in transport, and energy use in industry, hotspots for greenhouse gas emissions. Now we look into decarbonizing of transport and industry. So we saw the overall emissions worldwide, transport, industry, and buildings, for example. So within transport, there is opportunity to pursue net zero, key levers to decarbonize the transport systems, electrifying the end uses within the transport sector, and decarbonizing the power supply energy for the electric vehicles, for example. For industry, then some of the key levers to decarbonize industry are increasing energy efficiency, again, decarbonizing the power supply, for example, using solar photovoltaic, using low carbon fuels such as hydrogen, biofuel, and implementing carbon capture and storage systems within the industry sector. Now we go to look into detail what are some of the policies, for example, in the UK, the 2022 decarbonisation update to the UK Parliament, similar to the buildings decarbonisation that we looked at. Let's go and have a further detailed look at the policies for the transport and the industry. Okay, so in terms of the policies under the 2022 progress in reducing emissions, so can explore further within the source with the link shown here. Then some of the policies which is aimed at reducing the greenhouse gas emission within the transport. Then we have a zero emission vehicle mandate and phase out dates through to the electric vehicle infrastructure strategy, the various local authority charging plans, through to the vehicle CO2 regulations, through to the investment in local and national public transport, local traffic zones, and then you have various car sharing schemes and, for example, road pricing. So further on into industry, which is primarily the manufacturing and construction, constituting about 14% of the UK emissions. Then some of the policies include the abatement measure specific policy of the carbon capture storage and fuel switching funding, and you have the cross-cutting incentives such as the net zero consistent UK emission trading scheme CAP, to carbon leakage policy, again various exemptions and compensation, and other policy to enable conditions for success. These are some of the examples of policies, and this is useful for those working in governments or useful for businesses and organizations who need to know about which policies are coming into place or which policies have been put in place in order to impact the behavior and the various integration and uptake of technologies or other systems to decarbonize the various sectors.